Not all luxury watches are worth their weight in gold, or stainless steel, for that matter. Some will tank in value faster than a phone the moment it leaves the box, while others hold their ground like a fine vintage wine. Well, today we're going to be diving into the top 5 luxury watches that hold their value forever. Think of this as your cheat sheet for looking stylish and smart with your money. After all, who wouldn't want their wrist candy to double as a bank account? But first things first, what makes a watch hold its value? Before we get into the actual watches, let's talk about the magic formula behind value retention. It's not just about slapping a brand name on something shiny. The key criteria is a mix of different factors. First up, rarity. If everyone in your neighborhood can snag the same watch, it's not exactly a collector's dream. Limited production runs and special editions, that's the stuff that collectors drool over. Then there's brand prestige. Certain names, Rolex, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, Omega, have earned their place as the holy grail of timekeeping. These brands don't just sell watches, they sell status, legacy, and a little slice of immortality. Now let's talk history. A watch that has been to the moon, survived an Everest expedition, or graced the wrist of a cultural icon doesn't just tell time, it tells a story. And let's face it, people love a good story. Finally, there's quality craftsmanship. Nobody's going to shell out top dollars for a watch that ticks like it's powered by an enthusiastic hamster. The best luxury watches are engineering masterpieces designed to stand the test of time, literally. So, now that we've cracked the code, let's dive into the big players who have mastered the art of value retention. Buckle up, because these watches are more than just accessories. They're investments. Number 5. Rolex Submariner, reference number 14060. Let's kick things off with a classic, the Rolex Submariner. This isn't just a dive watch, it's the dive watch. Think James Bond, sunken treasures, and timeless style all rolled into one. First introduced in 1953, the Submariner became the gold standard for anyone wanting a watch that screams adventure and sophistication. The 14060 model takes that legacy and wraps it in pure Rolex magic. This piece keeps it simple with no date function, a 40mm steel case, and a black dial that pairs perfectly with the unidirectional steel bezel. Its luminous markers and hands ensure that you'll never miss a moment, even if you're 300 meters underwater or just diving into your inbox. Inside, the automatic caliber 3000 keeps things ticking with a 48-hour power reserve and impeccable reliability. What makes the 14060 such a collector's darling is its balance. It retains all the rugged functionality of a professional dive watch while remaining elegant enough for black tie affairs. And here's the kicker. Its design has barely changed over the decades, proving that you don't mess with perfection. $8,444, it's an investment in both style and history. Owning one is like strapping a piece of Rolex legacy to your wrist. Number 4. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Jumbo, reference number 15202ST. The Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Jumbo is a watch so iconic that it practically rewrote the rulebook of luxury horology. Let's rewind to 1972, when Gerald Genta unveiled this rebellious beauty. A luxury watch in stainless steel? An octagonal bezel with exposed screws? People thought that Audemars Piguet had gone mad. But today, the Royal Oak is nothing short of a masterpiece, and 15202ST is its crown jewel. Nicknamed the Jumbo, this $58,022 model is thinner than a pancake at just 8.1 millimeters, but it packs a visual punch with its integrated bracelet and that unmistakable tapisserie dial. It's available in white or blue. And let's be real here, the blue dial is chef's kiss. And when AP announced that they were discontinuing it in 2022, boom, prices skyrocketed like a Rolex at auction. Why? Exclusivity, my friend. The Royal Oak isn't just a watch, it's an elite club that you can wear on your wrist. The automatic caliber 2121 inside is a marvel of engineering, giving you 40 hours of power reserve. But owning one isn't just about craftsmanship, it's about making a statement. Just be prepared for the wait list that feels longer than a Game of Thrones season finale. Number 3, Patek Philippe Nautilus, reference number 5711. Let's dive into another Gerald Genta icon, the Patek Philippe Nautilus, specifically the legendary reference 5711. If the Royal Oak is edgy and bold, the Nautilus is its suave, globe-trotting cousin who wears tailored linen suits and sips champagne by the Riviera. Launched in 1976, the Nautilus turned heads with its porthole-inspired case and horizontal embossing on the dial, setting the gold standard, sometimes literally, for casual luxury. Now, the reference 5711 isn't just a watch, it is a phenomena. The version in rose gold takes opulence to another level with a 40mm case, matching bracelet, and a warm brown dial that oozes sophistication. Inside, the automatic caliber 324 SC hums along with a precision that makes Swiss craftsmanship look effortless. And let's not forget the discrete date function, because even luxury has to be practical, right? When Patek Philippe announced the discontinuation of the 5711, the watch world went into meltdown. Retailing originally at around $30,000, this beauty now fetches well over $151,000 on the secondary market. Why? Exclusivity, craftsmanship, and the simple fact that owning a Nautilus isn't just about telling time, it's about owning a piece of horological history. Number 2, Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch, reference number 310.30.42.50.01.001. The Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch is a legend strapped to your wrist. This is the same model family that buzzed its way into history aboard Apollo 11, landing on the moon with Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Imagine owning a watch that is literally out of this world. Talk about bragging rights. The current Moonwatch stays true to its roots while incorporating modern tech. Housed in a 42mm stainless steel case, it features Hesalite crystal, just like the originals used by NASA, and a case back embossed with the iconic seahorse medallion. The black step dial, asymmetrical case, and vintage-inspired dot over 90 bezel are nods to its spacefaring ancestor. And let's not forget that brushed 5-arch link bracelet that hugs your wrist like a second skin. Under the hood, the coaxial master chronometer caliber 3861 ensures precision worthy of a NASA badge, with features like a small-second subdial, 30-minute recorder, and central chronograph. It is a mechanical marvel certified to handle lunar adventures. Retailing for around $7,000, the Speedmaster is a collector's dream. Vintage models like the reference 145.022 have skyrocketed in value, proving that the Moonwatch isn't just iconic, it is an investment in horological history. And number 1, Rolex Cosmograph Daytona, reference number 126500LN. Finally, we have arrived at the king of value retention, the Rolex Daytona. The Rolex Cosmograph Daytona is the undisputed heavyweight champion of value retention. This watch doesn't just tell time, it tells the story of Rolex's racing heritage, style mastery, and genius marketing. With its sleek design and ceramic bezel, the Daytona is a watch that gets heads turning and wallets opening. But what makes the Daytona so special? It's a perfect storm of scarcity and design brilliance. Rolex keeps production limited, which means that demand outstrips supply by a mile. This isn't just a watch that you can walk into a store and buy. It is a trophy. Add its sporty chronograph functionality and undeniable elegance, and you've got a timepiece that's as versatile as it is coveted. If you are lucky enough to snag one at its $15,100 retail price, consider yourself a winner already. On the gray market, modern Daytonas often sell for twice that. Some important tips for buyers. Alright, so you've decided that you are ready to dive into the luxury watch game. Great choice. But before you swipe that credit card, let's make sure that you're playing it smart. Here are a few tips to keep you from turning your dream investment into a very expensive mistake. First up, do your homework. Know the models, reference numbers, and what they usually sell for. Seriously, spend some time on watch forums or sites like Chrono24. If you stumble across a Rolex Submariner for $500, it's probably got "Made in China" stamped somewhere. Next, always buy from reputable dealers. Whether it's an authorized Rolex retailer or a well-known pre-owned dealer, make sure they're legit. If the seller doesn't have a solid reputation, or at least a website that doesn't look like it was made in 2005, walk away. Now here's a big one. Don't fall for trends. Sure, that flashy, neon-colored watch might look cool now, but is it still going to be in demand 5 years down the line? Stick to the classics. The Submariners, the Speedmasters, and the Royal Oaks of the world. They've got a track record you can count on. Oh, and condition is everything. Scratches, replaced parts, or heaven forbid, no box and papers, those are red flags. A pristine watch will always hold its value better than one that's just been through the ringer. And lastly, think long term. This isn't about flipping watches like they're sneakers. The real payoff comes when you hold onto a piece and you let it grow in value over time. Remember, patience is a collector's best friend. So go forth, buy smart, and let your wrist do the talking. Your future self will thank you. By the way, which one of these is your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will be sure to respond to every single response. Like and subscribe if you love elegant timepieces. And if you don't subscribe, it means I'll just have to wait another day to onboard you. Remember, a great watch isn't just an accessory. It's an investment in your style and your future. See you next time.